So by now, you would know all the foundational aspects which are required to build a W-Frage, that is a WH question and a statement. You know personal pronouns, you know WH question words, you also know verbs and also verb conjugation. So in this video, let us learn how to build a WH question and also a reply statement. We'll also learn how to build a yes-no question.
Let us first start with a W-Frage, that is a WH question. If you look into the structure, we need to write the W-Frage word in the first position, and then the verb in the second position, and finally the subject in the third position. And of course, you need to put a question mark at the end. Let us try to build few WH questions. So in the first position, I write 1, and in the second position, I write Arbeitest, and then I write du, which is the subject. Arbeitest, I write why? Because I have conjugated this verb according to the subject. So remember guys, whether it is a question or a statement, the verb has to be conjugated according to the subject. Suppose I have ich as the subject here, then you need to write arbeite. Suppose I have as the subject, we need to write arbeitet. We just need to follow the conjugation rules. So, wann arbeitest du? Here, arbeiten means to work. So, that means when you work. In English, we would interpret this as when do you work? Do is something implicit, but then this is German way of asking. Yeah, and then we have to get used to it. Similarly, woher kommst du? Woher means from where, kommst means to come, du means you. So, from where you come. Wann kaufst du? Wann is when, kaufen means to buy, du is you. So, when you buy. Was siehst du? Was is what, siehst means to see, du means you. So, what you see. Was tragen Sie? Was means what, tragen means to wear, Sie means you formal. So, what you wear. Now, that is the structure of a WH question. Also, when we are asking a question, we need to maintain the sentence melody. Wann arbeitest du? Woher kommst du? Wann kaufst du? Was siehst du? Now that we know how to ask a question in German, let us try to build a reply statement. In German, we call it as Aussagesatz. The structure is again very simple. It is popularly called as SVO Struktur. S stands for subject, V stands for verb, and then O stands for object. So you need to place the subject in the first position. That means the doer, and then the action verb in the second position. Of course, you need to conjugate the verb according to the subject here. And finally, you need to place the object. For example, ich höre Musik. I have considered the verb hören. The verb hören means to listen, and the stem of the verb is hör. Since ich is the subject, I have conjugated the verb as höre. Ich höre Musik. Similarly, ich lese Roman. Ich kaufe Pizza. Ich trage Hose. Finally, we also need to know how to frame a yes-no question. It is called Ja-Nein-Frage or Satzfrage in German. The structure again is quite simple. You need to start the question with a verb, of course, conjugated verb, and then place the subject in the second position and the object at the end. Of course, you need to put a question mark at the end. For example, hörst du Musik? Do you listen to music? Kocht super? Does he cook soup? Macht ihr Sport? Do you all do sport? Spielst du Volleyball? Do you play volleyball? Okay, so now that you know how to build a WH question, a reply statement, and also a yes no question, feel free to come up with various questions and reply statements from your daily life, and that way you can remember the structures better. I wish you a happy time building these questions and reply statements. So that's all in this video, guys. Schönen Tag noch. Tschüss, Leute.